Hello Reshaper, I hope you're fantastic today. In today's very stream, I want to share with you my subconscious sphere of deep values and convictions. You might already know my sphere of values and convictions from yesterday, but now I want to talk about the subconscious side, because yesterday I have talked about the conscious side, right? All right. Without further ado, and by the way, when you're wondering on the sphere, on this thing, what kind of sphere it might be, or what kind of talent it might be on the talent diagram or the talent DNA that I have posted back in the days. And by the way, if you don't know where it is, you can just go onto my YouTube channel, because I have the videos in my 4K and a better sound quality. You can just join it by just go on to YouTube and type in pogodora pogodora. Alternatively, you can just go into my own profile, click there on my website, and there's a fifth link. You can jump into my stream right now and watch in 4K. And there I have also the gram where I'm talking about. And by the way, today it is, let me just make a small adjustment. Today it is, let me see. No. It is subconscious, so it's it's talent 49 and method 5, so 49.5 here on the right side. You can see it if you go from top 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, the fifth one on the right side from the top. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in. First of all, the sphere is deep values and convictions. So when you are not living your deep values and convictions, let me say you one thing, that nothing will work out. When you are against your own deep values and own convictions, everything will just go down the drain when you do anything in your life. And this is why I was feeling in the past, because I wasn't aware of those things. Okay. This is the first thing, and my talent of this one is to reform things. Now, as you might know, all talents have the positive or the dark side and the bright side. Let's go for the dark side first. The dark side is separation from others, avoiding deep relationships, or even destroying relationships in order to avoid pain caused by the fear of rejection. This leads to solitude and disappointment after times, and tendency to suppress relationship feelings or sexuality. And I can just subscribe towards it, because well, sometimes I have this kind of tendency to just avoid people. I just don't want to have any relationship, because I have the freaking fear of rejection that will just freak me out. Therefore, I don't want to have the pain, and so I just avoid everything around this, what can cause me pain, aka relationships. So I will rather destroy relationships rather than be in them. And this is kind of really kind of coward thing to do, but I used to do it a lot in the past, and I did it. I wasn't really aware of it. Somewhere, because of the subconscious thing, the subconscious talent, I wasn't really aware of this thing. It was deep inside of me, who was trying to destroy all the relationship because I want to do it. And the flip side, suppressing relationships, yeah, and feelings, own feelings, yes, just to be like everyone else, or sexuality, yes, just to be else. Don't put off the sexual energy in the air and stuff like that. Just try to be at the norm, to just normalize myself. In this kind of especially sexual energy, as you might know, according to Napoleon Hill, sexual energy is one of the most powerful energy. If we don't use it correctly, we will be broke forever. And this is actually what happened to me. I wasn't using properly the sexual energy. I just wasn't just spreading around here and there. And same goes for feelings and relationships. Therefore, just to avoid pain, because nobody wants to have pain, right? And yeah, this has brought me to a really dark side. Now, let's see how we can get out of this dilemma, which is the bright side. The bright side is sharing supreme ideas with others to create strong bonds to free the world from all dogmas and rules that are hindering relationships, therefore bringing harmony, and free the world from suppression and fear. Yes. This is a thing I have still to change, and I'm sharing still my supreme ideas, this kind of ideas that I get from somewhere on the top of my brain, or when I get somewhere and just put on my own affirmation to it and I attach it and just deliver it to you. And this is what I'm doing. And through it, I can create strong bonds. Maybe you're now not maybe on this live streams, but I can do it pretty easily. For myself, it is easier when I do it with someone when I'm talking originally, when I talk to someone, when I see this person, when I feel this person and stuff like that, this is for me easy. And thank you for watching, Anna Abena, thank you for watching. And this is easy for me, to create such relationships, especially to those people who I feel like the vibes are the same, so I can talk about things like breaking out the old dogmas, breaking all things which hindering relationships, things like you have to do this and this in order to keep your relationship up, which is actually bullshit, because it doesn't help anything to make your relationship more stronger, but it makes it just mediocre. Okay. And I can totally subscribe to all of those things, and doing so I can bringing harmony and free the world from suppression and fear. I have already helped some people to get more free in their mind from the suppression, like, hey, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do nothing. Really, you have to do nothing. Things like in Japan, some people have say, hey, I have to go from one meeting to another meeting. I say, you don't have to, and it is not the thing. Work is not about meeting with several hundred people 5 times a day. This is not about work. Work is by doing something, and when you just talk about things, nothing will move. And this is actually one of those things why Japan is still kind of on a stagnant state of economy growth for about 20 years, because they're doing it like they did before, and before it was kind of good to keep on these meetings really long, for 3 hours, one meeting a day, and then you have not just one but 3 or 5 of them, and it brings nothing, because nobody's doing anything in those meetings. Some people are just playing Pokemon or something like that on this meeting. It is just ludicrous. And I can totally subscribe to people like Gary Vee, who is telling like meetings have to be like 8 minutes, not more, and when I'm more than 8 people, just don't attend meeting, because there's a big there will nothing work out with them, because there are too many people there, and you don't have a meaning, and then people can come up with their originality. There will be nothing original. There will be just something mediocre with everyone is just agree, and it will just mediocre stuff. And those meetings happen all over the place in Japan, especially mediocre meetings, because they are bringing nothing. They're bringing really nothing. They are discussing about stuff for hours and hours and hours. Nobody gets solution, because everyone's freaking afraid to step out the comfort zone to share something new. And nothing will happen because of this big. If you stand there alone and 500 people are against you, okay, of course you don't want to stand alone, right? And this is why such a huge meetings with 500 people is too many people. 8 people is more than enough. 8 people, like 8 people. If you have more than 8 people, just don't attend these meetings, because they just bring you nothing. Of course, you get some information from it, but this information you get in anyway. So those meetings are just pointless. Okay. Now, let's go to another thing, which is a method. Now we got actually our own, or my own subconscious sphere, and how I can go and reform stuff. Now we want to go to the activation thing, and how to activate this one sphere, how to activate this one talent, the subconscious talent. Well, let me say that every talent is always active. It is on the bright side or on the dark side. Mostly when we feel bad, it's on the dark side. When we feel good, it's on the bright side. Simple as that. Okay. The method to activate this particular talent for myself is harmony in and outside. Harmony. Keep an harmony in myself, in and outside. Let's go to the dark side of this activation method. So the dark side is breaking own principles and values in order to maintain fake harmony, which leads to diseases, deprivation, depression, and especially when I take people's advices during those status, it gets even worse. And again, I can subscribe towards it, because back in the days, especially in the middle school, I hated my middle school. I mean, I was really freaking busy. There's nobody else really in my school. However, I hated it because every time I have been in school, I have to be like others. I have to be like, keep this kind of mood up, and every time I tried to show my more personality, they also kept me down. And every time on the flip side, every time I have been in the mood of this one thing, of this being in the mood of the whole class, what happened is I feel myself I had diseases. I was ill all over the place. I was ill for months, really. If you see like how as percentages, how often I was at school from the grade of 5th to 8th, or to the 8th grade, it was less than 50% for sure. Less than 50%. Even I could actually have good. Even I had a good. Somehow I could maintain good remarks because of other talents I do have, but I could kind of maintain my own remarks if much more. And this was pretty surprising for me. And my tendency was less than 50% in these days. And what happened is every time I tried to keep up the harmony there, the fake harmony, I had these diseases, I had this deprivation. Every time I go home, I just feel really, my fuse just goes off. I have nothing, I feel depressed, and so forth. And then some people give me advices, many people have given advice, and I feel even worse. And it was even, I had to be sick for even longer time than before. And then we have self-acceptance during solitude. Yeah, this is actually the way out. If I'm too much around people, sometimes I just get deprived. Therefore, I need also sometimes solitude. And when I accept myself during solitude, it's also living on a rhythm with my heart and body and soul. This will heal others too. It doesn't just heal myself, but others too. And this is actually a thing that I'm still learning too, which is kind of harsh. Accepting myself, especially if like myself, I have really high expectation of myself, and when I don't drop them, what happened is I feel like myself, I'm not moving forward at all, but in fact I'm moving forward even more than when I have too high expectation of myself. And when I have those, what happened is I just don't feel like content with myself. I feel not good in my own body, let me say so, because of so many things. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the bright side. Let's go to the right side. Okay, the bright side is having interaction and solitude in balance. This is actually key. Having balance between interaction and solitude. This is I think the second sphere or something I have told about is I have to have the balance between interaction and solitude with people. Interaction with people and solitude. And living in own harmony and rhythm without listening to others. Yeah, I have to live my own rhythm, not the rhythm of someone else. AKA, when I go to someone work and stuff like that, then I have to live to someone's rhythm. When I have to go to school, or I have to others to other clubs and something like that, I have to live in someone's rhythm. However, every time I'm doing it, I'm harming myself. Pretty harsh, not just mentally, but also physically. And this kind of energy also gives to others, so people will also become sick around me because I'm also sick. Yeah. And how to bring it back? Of course, being in this balance. And also, if the moral, mind, and body are healthy, people around will be healthy too. This is actually a thing. When I feel like what I'm doing it's really, I have a good moral when I'm doing it. I do a moralistic from my own state of point. I have my own, I living at my own rhythm, at my own harmony, and brings harmony to the world in the rhythm. And people who can resonate to this will actually be, because I feel through this rhythm and harmony in myself, and these are actually my deep values, right? In myself, when I keep them up, what will happen is I keep my body, soul, and mind and moral up. And this will lead to that people around me will become healthy too, with some mind, body, and soul. And everything is fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. And this is actually what my talent is all about. So if you have someone like me in your environment, or when you someone like this, always keep in mind those people need sometimes a moment of solitude. If you feel like they're not about to talk to anyone, just keep them there where they are, because after several days or several minutes or several hours, it depends how deep the solitude phase has to be to recharge them. Just keep them alone, and the more you're doing it, the more they will actually give you even more value, because they feel like understood. And this is exactly what I had back then in the days. I felt never understood from no one. Maybe from some friends thought me kind of understand me because we played the same games. However, like totally understood, 100% understood. I felt never myself like that. Maybe a little bit in Japan, more or less. It went more towards the 100%, but it was never 100%. And I'm not afraid to having like 90 or 80% of people resonate towards me or understand me what I'm talking about, because mostly it was like the thing, nobody understands me. Come on. Now it's back again. Sometimes it becomes blurry. My 4K cam. I don't know why. Sometimes it becomes blurry because maybe I not move my body that much. I have to move more. Maybe, yeah. So, Reshaper, I hope you have an awesome day. Comment in the comments box below most thing not picked up so far. In the end, I just want to make a mass shout out to my mom and all the people who are also watching it, like Anna Abena. Cool name. Okay, awesome. I do apologize that I wasn't on time today because I had to help my mom to put on like a new thing together, which we bought, like a new cupboard thing. Yeah, it has took me 1 hour or something like that to construct the thing, so it has a little bit taking time. However, I hope you get some fun, you get some value. If so, give me a like. People on YouTube, you can subscribe, because I'm doing those videos, live streams close to every single day, except Saturday, because Saturday I'm freaking busy. It's my busiest day, Saturday, by the way. And therefore, I hope you have an awesome day. And as always, do not let yourself to passion now. See you tomorrow.